So that was some pretty epic music, but I think it fits this video. We're talking about Edinburgh Castle. We had to get some coffee on our way up, and we made it back up the hill back to the castle where we'd been the day before and made our way through. This, of course, is a castle that serves two purposes. It's a museum, and it's still a functioning place for officers in the armed forces in Scotland. So I hope you enjoy these pictures, and I'll probably give a few more notes and tell you a few more details as we go along. So, of course, we had to get some food at the castle, had some lunch there. We had actually gotten up quite late that day because we've been up pretty late on New Year's Eve at Hogmanay. But, of course, it being the holiday season, lots of things are still decorated, including the restaurant here on the castle grounds. Actually has quite good food, and if you have a chance to stop in and have something, it's not too expensive and a good quality. We then headed back outside to do some more touring of the castle itself. So there are several little areas within the castle that you can tour where they show you different artifacts from different parts of Scottish history. And then, of course, you wander back outside to other places and find some other rooms and buildings that have other displays and other things about the facts of the castle and all of the heritage, including all of the items you saw in those last few pictures. So as we made our way here into the chapel, which is the oldest structure on the castle grounds, we kept kind of being right behind this same couple, and you can see them in that picture. And so every time I tried to take a picture of something, they were kind of in it, and eventually they were noticing that I kept taking pictures about the same time that they would turn around, and I think they thought they were pictures of them that I was taking and not the room that we were in. It got to be a little bit awkward, so I put in the pictures that didn't include them into this portion of it. It's a beautiful little chapel. In a lot of ways, I was very impressed with the outside of this castle as much as the rooms that we went into to see all the different artifacts and see all of that. It was so amazing at the size of everything and how large this structure really is. And how well it's been maintained over hundreds and hundreds of years, actually, as a piece of history. So as you can see, it was about 3:15, and it was already starting to get dark as we were making our way through some of the end portions of this castle. This was probably Hillary and I's favorite room of the castle, where it showed the history of the family on the wall, and you kind of followed line to line from picture to picture, and they talked a little bit about who was born and succeeded who, and of course we get the birthplace of James VI. This great picture is a little deceiving because it's actually quite a tiny room, and this is the beautiful ceiling. So that was, of course, the King James Bible, and I thought it was very fascinating to have it open and be able to see some of the pages. We really enjoyed touring Scotland and Ireland during the Christmas season. A lot less tourists around, and everything is decorated so beautifully. So this kind of makes it seem like we tried Highland Park 12. That actually isn't what we tasted, but we tasted this really interesting kind of sweet liqueur drink. It's called Magnum, and it's kind of like a really fancy Bailey's. If you've ever toured a castle, you know they always take you to the underground portion where the, prison portion is, or where people slept in uncomfortable areas and people were locked up for years and years. And this is, of course, exists at Edinburgh Castle as well. Both Hillary and I really hope that you enjoyed this epic look at Edinburgh Castle. It was one of our favorite stops on the honeymoon, and it was really just the second day.